Okay, I'm ready.
Gotta wave to everybody. Say hey, everybody.
Hi.
Here at DGTA TV, make sure you hit that follow button, or you can subscribe to us monthly. We got plenty of new content on the way,
what's happening,
so
everybody?
make sure you staying up to date. Smash that notification button right now. Make sure you in here every single time we go live. Also, if you want to be a part of our team here at DGTA TV, make sure you hit us up at one of them social media links you see on the screen. We going up from here. This is DGTA TV. Chill. Hey, you are now tuned into Expansion Pack. I am your host, Dan F. Man. This is just the intro right here. Go ahead, like and subscribe if you have not already turn on them notifications so you can be in here every single time I go in here. Yeah, let go. Expansion. Y'all hear my boy reading these instructions to y'all.
Add a little of the craft dye to the vinegar.
All right, so hold on. Let me fix the chair. Eli, don't sit in the chair next time and don't fix it.
Craft dye.
Now, wait. Before you add anything, we're going to do this introduction, and then we're going to let them know what we're doing, and then we're going to start our experimentation. All right. So, welcome to another episode. Put your headphones on so you can hear. Welcome to another episode of Expansion Pack. I'm over here. I'm your host, Dan F. Man. We got my boy Elijah Xavier in the building. What's up, Zanita67? It's good to have you. Let me get my microphone straight. All right. So yeah, we got my boy Xavier in the camera down here in the building right here with us. We're gonna do some experimentation, but really it's the perfect example of planning and execution. So right here in front of us, as you can see on the table, we got the instructions for our volcano, and we had this discovery set for a while. So here on live today, we're gonna do these instructions and create this volcano for y'all. And then I'm gonna let my boy dig up some gems. What's up, I'm gonna let my boy dig up some gems as I talk to us about a little bit of planning and execution, the blueprints. The blueprints. All right, so let's get it popping. So go back to those original instructions.
Okay.
This is a perfect example of planning and execution, y'all.
It says unscrew the top off the volcano. Already did that. It says use the funnel to pour 50 ml, about 1/4 of a cup of vinegar into the volcano.
Did you already pour the vinegar in there? So it's vinegar in there?
This right here. Gotta pour this into the. No, you gotta put this back on.
Is that vinegar?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
I thought vinegar was liquid.
This is what they put in there.
All right, so let me see.
We just don't have the. Oh, I think this is the vinegar. There you go.
See, that's why I told you to lay everything out so we can see it.
There you go.
He laid it out and then he started doing it himself. All right, so 1 plastic funnel, baking soda, 25 grams. See, this looks like bacon. Oh, no, this is baking soda right here.
You gotta put the baking soda.
All right, this is the baking soda right there.
You have to open it.
All right, now, 2 bottles of craft dye. Not included is the. Oh, there's no way.
I told you there is no vinegar.
They didn't give us the vinegar.
No, it says not included.
I know they didn't give us the vinegar.
We don't need vinegar.
We do need vinegar. So what we'll do is, look, we'll do everything except for put the vinegar. And when we get home, we'll put the vinegar in there and watch it erupt. But you can make slime. Oh, the disappointment is real. I didn't know we needed vinegar. Son, I am sorry. Sticky, slippery slime.
Okay.
All right. So close up. Wait. First, close up your volcano. Close up your volcano. Thank y'all for joining us here today on Expansion Pack to do this experimentation. We're going to start it off with this just to show example of planning and execution, the blueprints. See, our blueprints today call for us to have
water.
Yeah, we got water. There we go.
Don't have the tablespoon.
We'll figure it out. We'll measure it ourselves. We can go get a spoon.
5 full tablespoons into the thing.
Cornstarch into the bowl.
This is cornstarch.
So I'm going to run to the kitchen and get us a spoon.
Okay. Hello. 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 I'm doing this. I just don't know how to open it. This is how you open it? Yeah, this is how it's open. I forgot you had to use these things sometimes. Hi, Grammy.
Slap this thing around everywhere. Hey, thank you, O. Yeah, we try to keep it. Oh Lord, I'm falling over. O said, Grammy said hello, O. I mean hello, Eli.
Hello.
Let me put on my glasses so I can see. Eli, go up there on that desk and give me a pair of glasses. Nope, never mind. I got something in my pocket. All right, yeah, it is right. So, what better day to do planning a lecture or a video on planning and execution? I mean, what better thing to do on planning and execution than
Where'd you put the?
some mind-blowing discoveries. So we didn't, unfortunately. I don't want to bite it because it's gonna be better if we open it straight from the middle. All right, cool, I got it.
It got in your mouth.
It's okay. I got it. Hold on, let me open it some more.
Ugh.
It's okay, son. It's literally just some food stuff. It's cornstarch. All right, now, how many scoops?
5. So I need. Okay.
Hold on, I gotta put the camera on it. Put the camera.
1.
5. There you go. Now, it said 5 full scoops. Let's do 2 more just in case. There you go. Don't worry about it.
6.
Mm-hmm. There you go. All right, so we put 7 scoops just in case. Hold on, let me get the rest of this in here. All right, so now what I need you to do is I need you to go walk to the kitchen, get a cup of water.
Oh yeah, the water.
Yep, go ahead. While I tighten up. All right, so like I said, what better way to show some planning and execution than taking out some instructions for us today and following them. Right now, we're gonna make some slime for y'all here on live. And then, yeah, I know, right, Dan? We finally did it. So me and Eli, what better way or better day for us to do it? This was Eli's birthday present, by the way, for everybody that's watching. This was his birthday present from this year. He got it from his friend Caden. And so we doing it. Hey, Dan say he wish he was here. All right, so now. We probably need some more. Where you get this from? You from the fridge? Go get some more. Get it from the sink. Slow down. So, the blueprint is the title of our planning and execution. You say you want to help? Oh, yeah. So the blueprint is our title for today's planning and execution talk. This first part, we're gonna be just making some slime. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be having Eli kind of guide us through the directions. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust my mic. Sorry, the box is kind of far away from me this time. But yeah, Eli is just gonna be kind of guiding us through the instructions on what the blueprint of the slime is. And then after that, I'll let him probably play the game or chill in the background as I talk us through the blueprint or what I had to say or what I had to speak on as far as the planning and execution goes for today. So y'all enjoy this quick commercial break while Eli brings us some water back, and we'll be right back with you. This is DGTA TV. You watching Expansion Pack with Dan F. Man. Hey, if you like what you're seeing here at DGTA TV, make sure you hit that follow button, or you can subscribe to us monthly. We got plenty of new content on the way, so make sure you staying up to date. Smash that notification button right now. Make sure you in here every single time we go live. Also, if you want to be a part of our team here at DGTA TV, make sure you hit us up at one of them social media links you see on the screen. We going up from here. This is DGTA TV. Chill.
Let's do this.
All right, so I got a little bit of corn starch on my pants,
Gotta put the water in.
but it's okay. I got to make sure I'm checking my chats too as well. All right, now we ain't putting the water in there yet, so we're gonna put our water. All right, now here, take that. We did the 5 steps. I mean, no, we got to do number 2.
Yeah, it says pour the water. Pour it into the water. It says use the small measuring.
Use the small measure. Read it. Read it into the mic.
Use the small measuring cup. Measure 25 millimeters of water. Pour it into the bowl slow.
Okay, so now we need to take our water. Get your measuring cup.
No, it's a small one.
Which one has 25 milliliters? Okay, so we got milliliters on this one.
25.
And we got milliliters on this one, right? So that one has 25. And this one.
Side of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is this? Where did you get this from?
It's this is the.
Let's try to do everything in front of it on the table so they can see it in the camera.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So, nope, put the funnel on there. Put the funnel on.
Oh, yeah. Let me do it.
There you go. Now, lift it up slow. Lift it up slow. Now, get your little stick right there. with your hand. With your camera. I'm trying to get the camera on. There you go. Now use your other paintbrush thingy over there to push the rest through. You got to hold it over the... There you go. All right, that's good. Now close that up.
Okay.
Now what's next?
You gotta pour water into this.
All right, so now you want to rinse this out for us or get a napkin or something? Do we have a napkin in here?
Now I'll go rinse it out.
And bring some paper towels back to us too as well. So the blueprint to anything looks like its ingredients, or it looks like the structure that you're gonna use, that you're gonna build. So right now we about to make some slime, right? We got our baking soda. Is this the baking? No, we got our cornstarch. He going to get the cup straight for the water, and eventually we gonna have some slime. So the blueprint is this one? Yep. The blueprint is this one. Let me see. Hold on. I'm getting a call. 1 second. Cello, you are live here on Expansion Pack. Who am I speaking with? Hello? Anybody? Hold on. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You are live on Expansion Pack here today. What's happening? Who is this?
What's happening? This lady T.
Hey, so we doing this mind-blowing creating slime today with Eli.
Creating who?
Slime. We making some slime. I don't know what color he want to make it though. I don't know if you watching or not either.
Who?
You.
I'm driving.
Oh, anything you want to say to the people today? We talking about planning and
up,
execution. What you got to say about planning and execution?
Planning and execution.
Yes.
I'm not really good on planning, but it's something I really want to work on.
Mommy.
Hey, baby.
Hi, Mommy.
What about execution? You got anything to say about execution?
Just get her done.
Yeah, hold on. Say that again for everybody.
Just get her done.
That's right. That's my girl. All right, so give a shout out to Eli right here. He putting this thing together on the show today.
Shout out to my boy.
Yes, he is our
He's my
scientist.
boy.
Yes, he's our scientist today. Well, we're gonna let you go, Mrs. G.
I don't know who's gonna help me pick up this TV. I can't carry it by myself.
Oh man, dang, get one of the Mexicans out there. Is that 25 milliliters? I'm talking to Eli.
No.
Did you hear me?
Put it down. Yeah, I heard you. I'll call you in a little bit. Just give me a second.
No. Yes.
Where's Stanky at?
At home. You still live too.
Oh, that. I poured it.
Everybody can
Oh,
hear you.
Eli, you with your daddy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta
Oh.
pour it slow. Yep, he with me right now. He had a doctor's appointment.
I know that.
Do they say stir?
Doctor.
No, I just
So.
wanna
What
see.
happened at the doctor? You all right?
We on live. He good. He
Oh.
got his little sports physical thing going on. I bet you that the people on live eating this up too. They laughing like, yeah, look at him talking to his mama on live while he doing the experiment. That's good. All right, so pour in the bowl slowly. Use the tablespoon. Measure 1 tablespoon of blue food coloring. Go ahead.
Eli, you wash your hair.
Huh?
Can you see him?
Did you wash your hair?
She said, "Did you watch? You heard? You hear?"
No.
He said, "You embarrassing him on TV." The blue.
I know. I have
Okay.
the blue in my hand.
All right. We gotta go.
Where-
We gotta
where-
go. Tell your mama you love her,
Love you, mommy.
Love you
and
too,
I
baby.
will call you.
Tell
Okay.
your tell your brother to call
Put
me.
it in here.
All right. I will.
Put it in the funnel.
Not your brother. I'm talking about his brother.
I know what you talking about. The
Okay.
table.
What I want your brother to call me for.
Bye, Gladys.
Pour it onto
All
the
right, love you,
tablespoon.
son.
Love you too.
All
All
right.
right, baby.
Pour it onto the table.
Yeah.
Is-
So I'm gonna hold the spoon. That was Lady G, everybody. Glad y'all got to experience that. Eli talking to his mama. Let me give her a round of applause. We love all mothers here on Expansion Pack. Just make sure y'all loving y'all fathers out there too, showing your fathers some support.
help.
Yeah, it's kid proof. So, let me get this back up.
So parents have to open it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so let's get this going.
Okay.
Now, the camera is over there, and we want the camera to be able to see what we do.
So you gotta move the camera a little bit. At least.
All right, I'll hold the spoon. Hold on. Slide the spoon back over the table and squeeze.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Hey, look at that. That's cool. Now take your wooden stick and stir, my guy. Really old, my guy. Say it one time. Did it get sticky on you? Did it get tough on you?
Sticky.
Hold on.
Me
So- There you go. Let me clear your area real quick. So as he stir that thing up, I'm gonna talk to you just a little bit more and give you that base example that you need to get us started on. Let me get a taste of that. Let me get a taste of that. That stir. All right, but you do it in front of the camera there. All right, so let me get y'all started on y'all base example for today. So we're gonna use the blueprint of an architect's house. So he go out on the job site. He go out on a job site, and he not going out there just freehanding it. He going out there with his blueprint and his plan for execution. Now, we heard Lady G say, let me see it, man. She may not be the best at planning, but she go out there and she knows to get it done, get her done, And like we spoke about last week, that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of go-getters, or a lot of people, a lot of risk takers and things of that nature that are going out there and getting it done. They're not sitting at home waiting and planning. They going out there and they executing. Now, everything that they plan, you want to put some more blue in there? Everything that they plan may not always, or everything that they do may not always turn out the way that they want, which, that's where planning does come in and help us. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. That is where, hold on. When water hits cornstarch, it gets tough. Yeah, I know. So you saw how I was doing it? Kind of getting under it and flipping it over. You see what I'm saying? All right. Just get up under it and flip it over so that the coloring can mix. So when we going out there, if we were to go out there like an architect and just try to build a house freehand, we'll run into some problems. Measurements will be off. We'll forget things. Whatever would happen. Our execution wouldn't be as efficient as we want it to be. So In life, if we do the same thing, it's going to be kind of the same thing. Now, let's imagine this right here. Me and Eli had all of these ingredients for this, and we want to make the slime, and one of us knows kind of how to make the slime. So we take the ingredients and we just make it. We don't look at no instructions. Now, we just execute it. And with slime, something like slime, it's going to come out how we want it to come out anyway. Because we got to pretty much got a working knowledge on how we want it to be done. So that's not a problem. But if you scale that up to building a car or planning your life or planning your day even, you might want to kind of put a little bit more thought and execution into your blueprint. The blueprint takes just as much preparation as the execution sometimes. Sometimes the blueprint or the planning may take longer than the execution. For example, we got a video or a movie. The prep for actual release of a movie is years in the making before the movie ever comes out. So the blueprint is laid, and they shoot all of these hours of footage, and the movie is only 2 hours. So that's a good example of the blueprint. I see it, man. Now you want to pour it out?
Yeah.
Or you want to add some more cornstarch? What you want to do?
Pour it out.
You want to pour it out?
Not cornstarch.
Why don't you put your hand in it? You ain't put your hand in it yet?
No.
Why? All right. So what you're gonna do is take the cornstarch, take the spoon, and scoop it. You gotta do it over the. There you go.
Big drop coming in.
All right, now you mix that. Just one. One at a time. There you go. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, Jesus.
You gotta roll that thing around. You want to add some more water to it? Think some more water will do? All right. Where's the cup of water? Measure you out some more water. You're supposed to measure it first.
Oh.
You did 1 scoop, so let's do about 10 milliliters of water. There you go. So what if you spend all day planning? Or you spend all of your time planning with little execution? I was going to say put it on the spoon first. I give the perfect example of that. Stop. We don't want to use all of it. The perfect example of that, or the perfect saying to go along with that, would be faith without works. Now let's get one more. Let's get one more scoop of cornstarch in there. If we're gonna do this thing, we gotta do it till we feel satisfied. You ain't had to just drop it from so high, man. Don't worry, we'll clean up after. So what if I spin? Let's take a music artist, for example. So what if the music artist stays in the lab creating this beautiful masterpiece all day, but their goal is for everyone to hear it. Let me get one more scoop cornstarch. Cause I want to pour it out. I want it to be slime. You ain't supposed to put the spoon in here. Take the spoon out.
Whoa.
Now the musician stays in there making this masterpiece, but they want everybody to hear it. So they spend all their time creating how it sounds, how it's gonna look when they put the video out, and how the artwork is gonna look. Yeah, go ahead. Have fun. I think we still need another scooper.
It's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we need one more.
Hard.
We need one more scoop.
It's supposed to be hard. Whoa.
Yeah, once it get on your hand, it's a whole different story. Give me one more scoop. If all you do is plan, then what are you planning for? Exactly. So the music artist who has the greatest music in the world still needs to go back and figure out how they're going to reach the audience that they're going to release this music to. You spend all of this time trying to perfect it, and then once it gets to the stage of release, it's still not going to be perfect. It's still not going to be what you want. We're going to go to the bathroom. It's still not going to be what you want because you're in the mode, or that person may be in the mode of planning, but they have not planned for the mode of execution. I use the music artist because it's the best example I have and the closest example I have to my own personal experience of the planning. You're planning these things. You're planning how things are going to go. But are you executing? Your blueprint has everything that it needs to be built. Are you building?
Okay, I think it's ready.
But we're going to step back. All right, what you want to do now?
You want to touch it?
I'm touching it already.
Does it feel how it's supposed to feel?
Yes. It's a little crumbly, but grab you some.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why are you covering me?
My bad, son. So, now, if your blueprints are for your plans to build a house, then that's what you are going to build from those blueprints. If your plan is to build your career, then that's what you're going to build. You're going to build your career. But get into that phase of actually having a complete set of blueprints is what you want so that you can execute. When you run into those issues of execution, you go back and you revisit your plans. If you don't have plans, there's nothing for you to revisit. If you have your blueprint, it's an excellent resource, and it's a blueprint for anything. Just like we made this slime right here. Let me know when you're done.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. So get as much of it off your hand as you can. And so as we are cleaning this slime portion up of our little mind-blowing science today, we're going to send y'all on a quick commercial break. I want to play with this some more. I want to dig in there just one more time. There you go. All right, so as we are cleaning this up, we're going to send y'all on a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. This is Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Mann. And we'll be right back.
Sorry.
Hey, push the mute button on my microphone. The first one.
It's Laylo, boy. And you tuned in to Expansion Pack with Dan F. Man live on DGTA TV. You know what it is.
All right. So we back. So I got you. I'm gonna open it. So now Eli is going to dig him out. I got it, boy. Move. Now Eli is gonna dig him out some gems. He's gonna be our expert archaeologist here today on Expansion Pack. And he's gonna dig us out some gems. So you got your brush. Don't blow that stuff off here. Yeah, leave it on there. You got your pickaxe and your tweezers. Where your tweezers at?
Tweezers are right here.
Right there. That's all you need. And your magnifying glass. All right. Thank y'all for joining us. So let's follow these instructions. So there we go. There you go. You can read it. Number 1.
Place the block on top of a large piece of plastic or newspaper. Chiseling, make it messy.
Hold on, wait. You ain't they ain't said do nothing. Use your chisel to break away pieces of the block. Use your brush to wipe excess pieces away. Continue chiseling and brushing away excess pieces until you uncover gems. Rinse your gems to remove any debris. You may need to add water to soften the block.
Yeah.
You need me to get you some water? All right. Well, you can move the screen and go get you some water. I wish we would have kept the little bit of water, huh? Let me see if I can chisel me something out of this. All right, you can get up one more time. All right. So now, a good base example, like we said, was the architect using his blueprints to build his building. We can reference that to our lives as well. But this is the way that I want to reference it to our lives. I don't want to keep it on no basic level of building a house. I want to go to the level of building you as a person. And hold on, wait for the door to close, son. Close the door all the way. Yeah. All right. There we go. I got you. Now, you know, you can kind of see where I'm going with this when I say the blueprint for building you as a person. But before I go there, let's get this water on there. Spread that around with your brush. Instructions are the plans for you to execute what it is that you are trying to accomplish. Yes, ma'am. You know, I like our science instructions right here today. Now, here on Expansion Pack, you know, we always trying to find the root of what we are, trying to find our roots so that we can figure out what we are, and then we can figure out where we want to go next and what we want to do with what we are. Yeah, I did some of that chiseling. Yeah, there you go. So, let me show you. You got to bang that thing. Don't scratch at it. Just scratch at it. Let me see. Let me help you out just a little bit to get your first chips. See that? See how I'm doing?
Oh, it's a gem.
Go ahead. This is how you chisel. Like that. Look at my boy. He excited. He got that first gem coming up. Now, use your brush to get the excess away. There you go. There you go. Look at my guy right there. So now we're going to go to the basic building blocks of who you are as a person. Now, we can't go back and say that we're going to alter our genetic code to make our eyes blue, or alter our genetic code to make ourselves taller. But we can examine what that code looks like. Now, I'm not a geneticist, and I don't have the actual protein pairs and chromosomes that's going to make your eyes blue, or make whatever it is that it is about you be you. But we can examine a level that gives us that insight. So let's start with something basic. There's some good water too. My guy, Billy, what my guy? So say it one time, E. He ain't gonna say it. So let's look at our parents. Now, if my parent was Shaq and my other parent was Lisa Leslie, is it safe to say that I'm gonna be tall? Yeah. Let me help you out, E. Let me hit it a little bit. Now, if my parent was Muggsy Bogues and my other parent was another short person, is it safe to say that I'm gonna be short? I got you. Let me hit it. Yes, it is safe to say that. And that's how we all know that genetics work. Now, if my parents was both black, is it safe to say that I'm going to come out with a skin tone that is black or heavily melanated, is what they calling it? Yes, but it's not absolute. So what you do is, look, no, not you're gonna break your plastic tweezer. Now what you do is you knock the edges out. You gotta chisel. You see what I'm saying? Instead of trying to cut, put it flat right there and scrape. Oh, you look like you found another one too. Oh, come back in front of the camera. There you go. Now, hey, what's good, Allie? That's my girl, Allie Limitless. Let me give her a hand clap. Definitely appreciate you for stopping through the chat. I noticed about the time that you getting up and you moving around, so it's nice to have you in here today. So what we talking about is planning and execution. Oh wow, Naruto in full effect. I like that. Yeah, you already know. Hey, appreciate you on the gifted sub. Hey, look at Allie. Look at Allie with the gifted. Hey, yes. Clap it up. Yes. So Allie Limitless with the what's that? 5 gifted on the screen right here. We got some new subscribers right there, some random subscribers. We got Rayan. No, as a matter of fact, I know some of these. So we got Rayan 19799. We got, hold on, let me stand up. All right, so we got banking ain't a station. I'm trying to say him as best I can. We got Mar Beauty. I know that one. Mar Beauty Inc. 888. We got Daisy Jean. We got Stella Nova 02. I like that last one. Stella Nova 02. Gifted subs from Allie Limitless. Allie Limitless with the 5 gifted. Appreciate it. Yeah. I love it. Don't forget to use your brush, son, to clean that excess off. So that's how we do it over here at DGTA and Expansion Pack. We appreciate you, Allie Limitless. Had to take that nice pause break just to make sure you get the recognition for that. I really appreciate that. So, yes, ma'am. And you know, we got the young black men in here trying to do positive archaeological work. You know what I'm saying? What's not to support right there? I appreciate that. So if you missed it, we were talking about planning and execution, the blueprint. And we're getting into, we spent our first, pretty much our first hour with breaking down this science block and creating some slime over here and get my expert archaeologist on the scene to do a little bit of work. But we're talking about planning and execution, and I'm starting to build our base example, which is, I think our lighting is kind of bright. Can't really do nothing about it too much. But our base example is the ingredients or the blueprint for you. You got to dust that thing off a little bit more. The blueprint for you. And we were starting to examine some of the things that go into the blueprint for you. Now, we all know we get to a certain point in our life, whether it be a certain point in our awareness or maturity or all of it, to where we can examine and look at the things that are making us tick or making us who we are. Those things might be our purpose, our drive, our ambition, our goals. And those are all adjectives to pretty much describe that same force that's making us do the things that we do. But it's not really describing who we are. See, you could work as a carpenter, but it doesn't describe who you are as a person or who your character is. So it only shows your line of work or what it is that your interest is. Now, the way we further that is hard work. You want me to get some of that? Let me see what you're looking like real quick. Look up at the camera so they can see. It. Yeah, you got them gems coming out. Let me turn your gamma. I'm gonna turn your gamma down.
Another one.
Got another one? That's my boy right there. Y'all give it up for Eli, expert archaeologist over here on the scene for us today. Hey, Allie, you in the lead with them gifted, though, for real. I think I might turn the brightness down.
3 gems.
And they all yours, too.
Look.
They right by each other, too. And once you rinse them off, they'll be nice and sparkly and glowing. All right, so now, like I said, if you are a carpenter or make sure you check all streaming services. Yes, I am. I'm bouncing back and forth just to make sure I don't miss a chat from nobody. Except for Twitter. I ain't been able to really grab on to Twitter right now. Yep, so I'm getting them all. So being a gamer, archaeologist, streamer, basketball player doesn't really describe who you are as a person. That's just kind of what you do. So in order for us to examine the blueprints of ourselves, we got to go back and we got to visit some of those days that are before our current moment. And that'll give us the blueprint that we are using to build ourselves. I know I said that quite well. I totally agree with you. Jobs show your skill. You're a skill you have or an interest. Yep. And it doesn't really dig into you as a person, a parent, intellectual, a scholar, or all of those things that are really a cook. All of those things that are really the essence of who you are. So let's examine this blueprint. So the blueprint for me includes, remember, you got to get up under there, brush that thing off. So the blueprint for me would include your upbringing. And it doesn't speak to necessarily who raised you, but how they raised you. And let me explain. So the who raised you would be, your mom, your dad, your grandparent, aunt, guardian, whoever or whatever, right? That is your who. You can dust it all off. You can even turn it to the side, son, and tap it off if you need to. Yeah, there you go. Get all of it up off of there. Look at them gems. Show the camera. Look, you gotta look up at the screen as you do it. Hey, that's my guy. I wish I had the box closer. I give you that round of applause. He gonna get them gems up out of there. Try to get them gems up out of there before we end the broadcast today. Yeah. No, you ain't gotta go no faster, man. Remember, the archaeologist will be getting bones and stuff, so he can't break the bones as he trying to get it up out of there. You see what I'm saying? And so, your upbringing and who raised you is not necessarily as important as how they raised you. So we know plenty of people exist in the world that weren't raised by their biologicals, and they still are great people. So it's about how you're raised, and that is going to go into your blueprint. So we could explore that, but I'm gonna give let me give the overall scope of the blueprint as I see it. So it's how you are raised, your critical thinking, which would be how you discern. I'm not gonna say anything particular because it's just the discernment itself. And then after that, it's everything that you want to be. So let's go back for a second and give me 1 second. I'm gonna, because I say so many different positive things and create so many different directions that we could possibly go into. I'm gonna get me a sticky note and I'm gonna write these things down on a sticky note so that I can keep on referencing them back. Excuse me. Oh, shout out to O for that idea on the cue cards. All right, so now we got 1, how you were raised. 2, critical thinking, discernment. And I'm pretty sure there's a author that has written a book on what I'm saying, this stuff that I'm saying, but turn it the other way so they can see. It's the other way, E. Yeah, there you go. And you can dust it on the other side. I got you, son. Like this. There you go. And so that is discernment. And number 3 is what you want to be, or what you want, your ambition. So we're gonna start with our number 1. Like I wrote them down this time. So we're going to start with number 1, which is we're building the blueprint. We're examining what goes into your blueprint of you. And in this, we have how you were raised, not necessarily who raised you, but how you were raised, your critical thinking, your discernment skill, and what you want to be, your ambition. Those are the 3 aspects that I have created, or what I would say go into the blueprint of you, because that's what we talk about here on Expansion Pack. Sorry about that, moving the mic in your ear. So let me make sure I'm capturing all of the comments as well. Got nothing new. No new comments. Okay. All right, let me make sure I get YouTube. All right, nothing on YouTube. Cool. So, like I was saying, so we're gonna start with how you were raised. as our first building block for our blueprint. I don't want to say ingredient because we building a blueprint and not necessarily a recipe. So how you were raised, let's look at a few things. It's all of your past. It's not just 0 to 10. It's not just 10 to 20. It is all of your past before the moment that you're thinking of it. And it's kind of hard to kind of collect all of that. So we're going to go from 0 to 40. And the reason I say 0 to 40 is because when you get, let's say you had your first child in your 20s, and then your first child is going to be 18 in your 40s. So you got 22, you have your first child, 18 is 40, and so on and so forth. So at 40, you're no longer raising children, and you're no longer raising yourself possibly at that point. You're raising adults at that point. So we got a comment from Allie Limitless. So yes, my mom just showed me some old pictures when I was a kid, and I told her to show you. Hey, turn the TV for me, E. Stand up and turn the TV for me. Thank you. When I was a kid, and I told her, wow, Mom, you made parenting look easy, and now being a parent, I know it wasn't easy, but it just gave me the boost to help. I'm sorry, y'all, my reading. The boost to keep going hard, even if I feel defeated. Yes, but I do understand some don't have good upbringing, but how would you suggest them to go about it? Okay, so I'm gonna keep expanding my reference. I appreciate that comment because it give us that light that we need, because it's two generations right there. You got your mom, and then you have you as a mom turning around and seeing the things that your mom did in a different light. I tell my mom all the time, it takes us to get to a specific point in our life, in our life's journey, to be able to turn around and look back on some of the things that we're doing that were already done and being done by someone. So that right there is a good viewpoint. Give me 1 second. Let me get this on my phone. All right. So I'm gonna keep going with my example, and it's gonna answer your question, Allie. So from 0 to 40, if you had your kid in your 20s, you're no longer raising kids at that point. You're raising adults, and you're no longer raising yourself at that point in the terms of you've never done it before. So from 40 on, we can kind of say, what you need? Oh, you need water? All right. Now, so from 0 to 40, we still are subject to those life experiences that are new to us. And so the wind kind of pushes us left and right, circumstance being the wind in that case. So how you were raised is controlled by someone else up until a certain point, until you have your own children. Now, that point is determined by you. We're just going to say until you have your own children, you're still being raised by someone, whether it be your parents, whether it be you're going out and you're working and your boss is having to show you things, teach you things, whether it be, the car man calling you for their money. That is all going into how you're being raised, because these are still new situations. Oh, well, you can use that to add to what your blueprint is. We're all walking in our execution of our blueprint, but it's the moments that we step back. Right. But we can all go back and create or upgrade our blueprint. And looking at how you were raised is a way for you to upgrade and add on to your blueprint and make it a little bit better. Now, to go into a specific answer for your question, Allie, not having that good upbringing is more data for you to examine going forward. A lot of what I talk about here on Expansion Pack deals with us examining or finding our root. And if you were to look at the traumas that we all face, those are roots that are anchoring us to these situations. Now, for a good analogy, I need you to listen to me. So when you look at a tree that is above the ground and you see dead leaves, dead branches, and things like that you know could use some pruning, how do you know when the roots are no longer serving a purpose, though? Now, that's why I say listen to what I was going to say. How do you know that root is not dead? How do you know that root is still a good root for the plant? We spend a lot of time looking at the things that we can see above the surface, and we able to really examine them because it's right there. But those things that aren't seen, you got to dig for them. Like my man's over here on the digging out these gems. You got to dig for them. You got to excavate. And the way that you dig for them and you excavate for those things is by reflection and observation and being still within yourself. And what your guiding light or what your direction or your road to travel towards is reflecting on how you were raised. Now, you can't obviously go back and change those things that were done to you in the past. And that may be hindering you to this day. But what you can do is, then you can get that next one. What you can do is you can reflect upon them, and they will bring you pain. They will bring you that same trauma back to you because your root is anchored to that situation. That your root is connecting you to that situation. And what do roots do? They gather nutrients and send them back up to the main plant. So if that root is anchored to a situation, you're still being fueled by that situation. I don't know necessarily if you were to cut the root of a plant, I don't know how many roots you got to cut for it to die or for it to or it to be going through some sort of process where it has to work. Your roots may be linking you to trauma that is linked to someone you care about. How do you cut that root? And what are the nutrients that's flowing through that root into you from that trauma situation, from that past situation? So we got another comment from Zanita 67. I learned that as a kid, we really don't. Let me make my screen bigger. That's killing me. I can read, y'all, I promise. But I can't see. Oh, that's hilarious. What'd you say, E? You want me to help you? Oh, you got it. I learned that as a kid, this is from Zanita67. I learned that as a kid, we really don't know what our parents went through or the decisions that they had to make for the parents had to deal with as an adult/parent. So take some of the positives of what your parents did and use some of what you were feeling from how your parent dealt with situations. I absolutely agree with that, Zanita67. And I want to say this to those who still have their parents out there. With you still having your parents, you still got time to ask them what the hell they were thinking. Hey, dog, what you were thinking when you had did this? Because you'll get a better answer now as an adult. Well, a clearer answer for yourself now as an adult than you would as a child. Now, if your parent responds, you need help with what? Let me get some of it. Now, if your parent responds to you in a way that isn't giving you the answer that you want or isn't giving you the clarity that you want, you still have, as an adult, you still have to go inside yourself and a child to adult relationship no more. You dealing with adult to adult. And do adults mislead? Do adults lie? Do adults not give all of the information? Yes. And guess what? Your parent has been an adult probably most likely all of your life. And not, even if you was a teen parent, you are an adult at that point, because you have to make decisions that, as a child, if you make the decision as a child, you don't have to think for other children that are yours. So if you're a teen parent, you still are an adult because you have to make decisions for a child. Oh, I appreciate that, Zanita 67. Appreciate that. So when you go back and you reflect and you ask your parents those questions and they give you those adult answers, you got to just remember, you got to take it with that grain of salt to say that, hey, they've been an adult this entire time. Now, granted, they may not be giving me the information that I want to. Use your tweezer.
That's how you get it out?
Yeah. They may not be giving you the information you want at the time, but you still have to take it and use it as a part of your reflection. You might be able to say, man, my parents, or I don't really like them now because they not, and that gives, it's all used to serve and give us clarity. Let me help you. Where's your chisel? Let me chisel for a second. I'm gonna chisel with this boy for a second. Let me chisel. Got the chisel, boy. I got the chisel. Chisel that thing. Can't come up out of it. You can't just poppy man. See what I'm saying? You want to move the plastic? No, I can collect the plastic easy if it's on the plastic. There you go. Think you got your first, about to have your first gym.
Yes.
Look at him. Look. Hold on. Wait. Do it in front of the camera. There you go. He got his first gym out, y'all. Round of applause for E. Here you go, some water. You can drop it in the water. Bling. And show it to the camera. There you go. You can leave it in there. Oh, let me show that to y'all. There you go. That's his first gym right there. Give y'all something different here today on Expansion Pack. Usually we playing the game, but I got my boy in here and he needed to get this archaeological science work done. So now moving forward, we are just building a better blueprint from the blueprint we already have. But in order for us to do that, you have to at least have that blueprint in your hands. And I'm just giving some things to examine in order to see what your blueprint is already looking at. And one of the things is how you were raised. Now, whether that includes a great upbringing or a traumatic upbringing, if you have your parents still around to be able to ask some of these questions or even just spend time with, it gives you that clarity on what it is to be an adult before you were an adult. Being a child is just that, being a child. But when you become an adult, it may not be as obvious. Okay? So ask your parents, spend time around your parents. If you hate your parents or your parent ain't one of them that you want to spend time with, sit down quietly and think about some of the decisions you saw them make and try to get into their mindset. You have their genetic code. You can do it. Get into their mindset. See what it is that they were doing at that time that made them make those decisions for your life the way that they did and for their own life. It's not easy to give people a little bit of, offer you a little bit of clarity when you do, and a little bit, more understanding if you didn't offer that leniency to them. You need me to help you with that one too? You got to just keep chiseling down till you get up under it. Now, we're going to move on to, and I hope I answered your question fully, Allie. If you still with us, I hope I did. I really love the talks here. So the second thing is your critical thinking. Your critical thinking is the language that you read your blueprint in. So being able to discern things is going to give you all of the resources that you need to help build a better you. If you can't go back into your own mental space, mind, or critical thinking or discernment and pick out those things that aren't working for you, or those things that you may have missed but still are keeping attached to you that aren't really serving a purpose, if you don't have that discernment to be able to get those things away from you or to bring some things closer to you that are helping, then your blueprint won't come together. Remember, your blueprint is the blueprint of you. You need me to help you? It's almost there. All right, which one you working on? All right. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Let me chisel my boy. Help chisel my boy up out of there. Mm-hmm. Chisel. Call me Chisel. Yeah. Chisel. Oh, we almost done. We got like 30 minutes left. Wait.
Yes. Another 10.
All right. So your discernment. So your critical thinking skill is gonna be the resource that you need. Well, it's gonna be the tool that you need. Yeah, I like that one too. It's gonna be the tool that you need to be able to see what resources you need to pull closer and which things you need to take away from your blueprint. Remember, your blueprint is already in existence. Now, let me give you some examples. You already have a blueprint of you. But the goal here is to see it and be able to change it, affect it, and do what's needed for yourself. Let me check, make sure I ain't got no more new comments. All right, cool. Nothing. All right, cool. All right, so let me give an example of the discernment. Now, your blueprint, after you've looked at it, says that you're supposed to be a successful business person. All right. And you know that your love interest steals from you often. Now, the part of your blueprint that you need the tool that you need to use is your critical thinking and your discernment, because your blueprint says that you're supposed to be a successful business person. That does not say that your love interest wouldn't steal from you, couldn't steal from you, but it may not help your blueprint to have that in there, because as you're building your career to your being a successful business person, your love interest is stealing away from you, and it's bringing your blueprint to, well, your plans to build to a grinding, screeching halt every single time that they take something from you. Okay. That's my boy over here. So maybe you should retract them out of you. You got to use your critical thinking and your discernment, because it's not easy to go in and take things out of your blueprint that's already there. How do you take the nail out of a wall or out of the wall, but then you still want to put your picture up? Your picture has been there. It's been hanging there. You take it down, you take the nail out the wall, but you want to put your picture back up. It's hard to do. I get it. Removing things from your blueprint or from your life that aren't serving that purpose. But we're not talking about what you're actually going to do about it. We're just talking about the discernment and the critical thinking to be able to be aware of it, and to have a better understanding of what it is that you have in your blueprint of you. So that's just one example of something you may need to remove from that's already in your blueprint. Like I said, I used the example of the nail in the wall, but there's also things like you move into a home and there's a wall between the living room and the kitchen and you just want an open floor plan. Okay, you're going to remove that wall from the blueprint. That wall is no longer going to be in the blueprint because you want an open floor plan. Well, that's a little harder to do than you think, because that wall is a main supporting wall. So now or it's a load bearing wall. So how do you get your open floor plan and still keep the load bearing wall from being taken out and your house falling down? Because if you just start banging, you're going to be in some trouble. You review your blueprints and you see where you could get your open floor plan by adjusting your blueprint. Now, that is the discernment. Had you skipped the discernment and just go straight into your ambition, you're knocking down walls in your blueprint, and your blueprint is changing. It's definitely changing, but it's not changing in a way that's going to build what you want. Okay, you're not going to end up with that open floor plan. I'm going to tell you that much. And I hope y'all following the examples that I'm giving. I'm trying to keep it as connected as I can. So if you're using your discernment, that means that is the language that the blueprint is written in. And so your discernment, if you can't use it, you can't read the language and you can't build your blueprint better. Your blueprint will remain. Maybe by moving some things around. Yes, exactly. That is the key, because the blueprint is it's already been built. I was born in 1989. The blueprint for me has been in existence since 1989. The mold for me has been in existence since 1989. So it's not about throwing out the blueprint because you can't, but it is about examining and using our critical thinking and discernment to decipher the blueprint that is you. Now, let me give a good example as well of what I'm saying, of things maybe you might need to bring. You examine your blueprint and you might need to bring a few of these things closer to you. One of those things may be caring people. Now, you're in love with someone and some of the behaviors that they're showing you are characteristics of someone who don't care about you. Now, you examine your blueprint, and that is in your blueprint as far as your relationship goes, someone who doesn't care about you. So if your blueprint that you're designing calls for having someone that cares about you, you obviously are not getting what you want. And your blueprint obviously does not call for somebody, it's not making somebody that cares for you. Your blueprint is making someone that does not care for you. So maybe you re-examine your blueprint, and one of those things for what you want, someone that care about you, is that they listen to you when you talk. Appreciate that, Allie. They listen to you when you talk. Now, does your current blueprint fit that? Let's see. Well, your current blueprint, hey, you got another one. Got that the next one up out of there. That's my boy right there. Let me drop this one in the bucket. Now your blueprint that you currently have. That's all our gems right now. You see some more in there? You want me to ease it up something? You want me to get some? Chisel it up some? Give me 1 second. I'm going to read that comments that y'all just put in there. No, don't go wash your hands. You about to do some more. Unless you don't want to do no more. There's some more gems in here. You want to wait till you get home? Or you want to do, I want you to do them here. There go another one right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one right there too. All right, so we must be willing to shift and change throughout the critical thinking process. Yes, yes. And remember, what I'm talking about today is just simply having or seeing what your current blueprint is. If you want to get that open floor plan in your life, you got to know what your current blueprint plan has in it. So speaking about critical thinking in the terms of bringing things into your blueprint that you want into your blueprint, as opposed to removing things from your blueprint. We was talking about relationships, and you're in your relationship blueprint that you're building calls for, or you want someone who cares for you. But your current blueprint has someone who is showing the characteristics of someone who doesn't care for you. Like, for example, your current blueprint is, for the person you're with, is they don't listen to you. They don't text often. You can't find where they at sometime for hours. That blueprint, if you were to build it, shows someone who doesn't care for you. So you pull that blueprint up and you're like, all right, well, this is what you're currently doing. And then you, from there, can start to build a better blueprint for something that you want. So the blueprint for what you want says that the person actually listens to you. The person actually texts and respond. You text and they text back and respond. You know where they're at. They actually call you and tell you where they're at. So that right there, you're looking at your blueprint and you're like, yep, this is the blueprint. This is what it calls for, and this is what it's going to build, and this is what I'm getting. So that right there is how you could bring those things in, or you could examine and see what you got, and then you go and bring those things in, as opposed to just removing. You got another one too? Oh, it wasn't one? I like that green one. And that purple one, I think it's like probably amethyst or something like that. So now we're gonna move on, because these are just the three aspects that I'm calling a part of your blueprint. I'm pretty sure we can come up with more, but this is, if you were to look at, this is what your current blueprint would entail. So now the final thing is what you want to be. Now the blueprint of you contains how you were raised, your critical thinking and discernment, and what you want to be, your ambition. Now, I'm pretty sure all of us grew up in our minds wanting to be the greatest at whatever it is we wanted to be the greatest at. Now, where you at right now may not be what you planned it to be, but I guarantee you are exactly what your blueprints call for. Now, let me say that again. Now, you may have had plans to be one thing, one way, or the other. Hold on, let me fix my mic just a little bit. Sorry, y'all. Now, I think this side or this side. There you go. Sorry about that. So now, you may have had plans, sure, but the plans are different from blueprints. Okay, so plans are different from blueprints. Now, a plan is a loose way of doing things. It's the loose version of what we're gonna do. A blueprint is the hard version of what we're gonna do. It's the tightened down facts. Now, if you were to look at any building that's built, the words are interchangeable. Okay, but if you were to say, let me see the blueprints for this building, they would give you something specific. Now, if you're building a building and someone says, let me see the plans for the building, you could have 3 different sets of documents. You could have one document that is going to be changed. But when you have the blueprints for a building, that is what is actually going to be built. From the measurements to the hallways that it's going to contain. That is what's actually going to be built. You need my help? Keep going, get a little bit deeper up under there. So plans are different from blueprints. Now, if we sit down and we want to really look at what we want to be, those are going to be our plans. Okay. Now, the way we move from the plans phase to actually being what we want to be is by creating blueprints. All right. Now, our blueprints look like this. I want to be a good father. That is my plan. That is what I want to be. That's my ambition. You okay? You cut yourself? Oh. Man, it's all plastic. I'm talking about you cut yourself. I'm sorry. You can still cut yourself with plastic. Hold on. Now, if I say I want to be a good father, that is my plan. All right. The blueprints for that plan looks like this. I'm there with my kids when they wake up. I'm there with my kids when they go to sleep. Now, let's put some more blueprints to that. I feed my kids fruits, vegetables, and a healthy diet every single day. I take them to practice. I stay for the practice and I bring them home from practice. I help them with their schoolwork. Now, if you look at all the things that I said, those are not plans. Those are not things I'm planning to do. Those are things that I'm going to do or have done. Those are the blueprints for building a good father. Now, I could have the plans, all right? We could have the plans for the building already laid out. We talk to the inspector. We talk to everybody. Now, we still need to submit the... Hey, what color? We still need to submit the blueprints for the actual building or the actual structure or the actual thing we are going to build. The plans could be 3 different sets of plans that contain blueprints for each separate building or structure. We're going to look up what kinds they are too. All right. Zanita67 said the plans come before the blueprint. Yep, the blueprint is the hard copy of the plans. Yes, ma'am. You got it. And that's what I was saying here. So the example that I gave just now, 1 second, let me go on my phone. So the example that I gave just now was just being a good father. Now, I want to be a good father. So these are the things that I'm going to plan to do. Now, in order for me to be a good father, I have to do those things. Just like in order for the building to get built, you need to actually build it. The blueprints are going to call for A, B, C, D. Wood. It's going to call for steel. It's going to call for these things. Now, once you actually do those things, then you will have your structure. So what you want to be is going to go into your blueprint. Because if we build a blueprint but don't know what we want it to be, we're not doing anything. So we're going to go over that one more time as I get my mic resituated. So we're going to go over that one more time. So the parts of your blueprint of who you are how you were raised, your discernment, your critical thinking. Sorry, that's the same. Did it break? Oh, you just chipped it. It probably might work better now. Yep. Chipperoonie. 1 second, y'all. Say this one about to come out. Yep. You want to finish it? You want me to do it? This is how I worked, wasn't it? Or your tweeze? This ain't no good tweeze. Chisel down. There you go. Got another one out, y'all. You got it? There you go. Now you tweeze. There you go. My bad, y'all. There you go. Yeah, let me show you. Oh, Lord, I almost failed. There it is. It's kind of, the water kind of murky right now, but that's only because they're getting cleaned off. So we have how you were raised, your critical thinking, and what you want to be. Those are what goes into your blueprint. Now, us as adults, and I hope I'm giving y'all some good advice as far as being able to go and talk to your kids about these types of things, or guidance with helping raise your kids, because I'm using some of this same information that I'm talking about to help me with getting my little people to where I want them to be. So now, we can look at what our blueprint is by examining these three things: how we were raised, our critical thinking, and what we want to be. Just to show us what we currently are, what our current blueprint is, and what we are. Because remember, the blueprint is what it is. What you're looking at has a blueprint. And if you were to go look in the mirror, what you would be looking at is yourself. And what is your blueprint for yourself? Well, the parts of it is how you were raised, your critical thinking, and what you want to be. Now, I'm going to revisit each one. Now, how you were raised is something that you would have to go into your reflection mode that we spoke about on previous episodes. You'd have to go into your reflection mode, or your state of reflection, and pull out one memory, two memories. And what you're going to do in that mode is you're going to see how you feel about it. Like I also said, for those who are blessed enough, or whatever it is you want to call it, enough to have our parents, you can even go ask them questions about how you were raised and the things that you feel about how you were raised. Now, when you ask those questions, you got to remember to ask those questions as an adult. Don't ask those questions as a child, because your parent was an adult the entire time you were alive. This entire time you've been alive, your parents have been an adult. Now, we can go and say, oh, well, they wasn't living by themselves, or they had help from their mama and daddy. But the moment that they had you as the child, they were no longer a child. They have to raise children. So behaving like a child is different from actually being a child. When you have children, you're no longer a child, by my definition. What's good, Chris? Uncle Chris say your elbow ashy. That boy say he an archaeologist down here. Archaeologists get down there in that dirt. Hey, so we had 5 gifted subs on here, Chris. My girl Allie Limitless took your spot at the number 1 gifted spot. But I appreciate all of the gifted. So I just wanted to hit you with that real quick, Chris. So like I was saying, when you ask those questions to your parent, you gotta remember to ask those questions as an adult and not as the child frame of mind. Because you also, as well as bringing up past events that may be traumatic for you, they may have been traumatic for your parent too as well. And like I said, they were an adult. They've been an adult the entire time that you were alive. So you have to if you give that respect to other adults in this world, you got to give that respect to your parents in order to see from their point of view. Now, I'm not saying that your parent gonna come to you and be like, give you the most loving answer in the world. I know, hey, my mans, you already know. I've been holding on to this for some years now, as a matter of fact. I appreciate that. That's Love Pain X, everybody. Y'all go follow him on Twitch. He be getting on the NCAA, that college football and hooping. I mean, not hooping. Boy, I'm a basketball head. He be getting on there playing football. So y'all go check him out whenever y'all get a chance, or at least give him a follow. You know, he always dropping in the chat on my mans. All right, so now your critical thinking, your discernment. You use your critical thinking and your discernment to figure out what's right for you in your blueprint. You can't build your blueprint with what's right for everyone else. And your critical thinking is going to give you that. The example that I used is you may have something in your blueprint that is not helping you to build that desired object or that desired thing for you. Your critical thinking is going to help you get that up out of there or add those things that you do need in there. You need me to help? Just got to chisel down a little deeper and get up under it. All right. So now our third thing, what you want to be. Your Uncle Chris say, Wazam. I like how you spell it, bro. What about the parent who were a teenager? You came in right at the right moment to ask that question. So what I said is that the parents who are teen parents, they're still adults too as well. And the reason why they are adults is because they have to raise a child. Now, behaving like a child and actually being a child are two different things in my opinion and in my experience. And let me explain and elaborate. Fill up the chat too along the way. But so let me explain. So you need my help? You say you need my help? All right, come on. Let me get you. So this is what I mean. As a teen parent, they have to make that child, that teenager has to make adult decisions. And we all know what those, I don't even want to give a list. We all know what those adult decisions are. Because if you're raising a child, you know what decisions come along with raising a child. So as a teenager, if the teenager has a child, then they are an adult because they're making those adult decisions. And this is the contrast I'm going to give you right here, right now. So teenagers can go to war. They can sign up for the military. 17 years old, 18 years old, and be their ass over there in somebody's war by 19. As a matter of fact, they can do their first tour by the time that if they enlist at 18, they can be on their first tour at 18. That's how it works. So there is a threshold, a visible threshold between adults and children. And the threshold is the decisions that we have to make. There are 12-year-olds out there making adult decisions. Are they adults? Nah, not really. But once we get past the point of having children, oh yeah, ain't no going back. You got a kid out here. You're an adult. Whether you're raising the child or not, you're an adult. Your body is even going to biologically say adult sometimes. Not saying every time, because you can always still look like a kid. I hope that answered the way that I am approaching this situation for you. Oh, I'm trying to help dig this boy Jim out real quick. Oh man. Yeah, this might be our last one that we can get out for right now too. I know, right? Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. Hold on. Let me help this boy. I know. I'm gonna give you something to chisel with. Don't worry about it. Make this the last two. Yes.
Yes.
Uncle Krish. Yes. So, in my opinion, the decisions that we are making is what gives us the ability to say that we're an adult or we're a child. Now, if let's give some examples of that right there, and let's not leave it so open for judgment. So I had my brother talk about how he worked his full-time / part-time. Use this part, and you can probably get that last one, and then we'll stop. He worked a full-time / part-time job and went to school, and to buy his own stuff or whatever he was saying. Is he making his own decisions at that point? Yes. He's going out, he's getting a job, he's working it, he's going to school. So it's a lot of decisions that happen in between time that mom ain't making, you see, and you out there on your own. So at 16 with that type of responsibility, are you an adult? No. Because guess what? If we were to put just a little bit more responsibility on you, the reversion back to a child would be instant. So, all right, you are working this job, but you still have to go to school. Hey, I like that. But you still have to go to school, so you still need a place to live. Now, are you working this job, paying for where you live and going to school? No. Some of that is being provided by somebody else. And that other person may be your parent. Now, if you're doing all of this and the other person is just a guardian for you, then hey, you probably in an adult situation. So you're a young adult. The reason why I love the term young man and young woman or young adult is because you're at the door. You're at the door, and it's never, and I hope everybody is still in the chat. It is never too early to start planning your life. So since it's never too early, I got you. Since it's never too early to start planning your life, it's never too early to get yourself used to having to make adult decisions. You say what? I got you part of the way. So it's never too early to start planning your life. And so since it's never too early to start planning your life, it's never too early to at least examine some of the things that your parents and adults are telling you, so that when you get to be that young adult, you're able to cope and handle it better. See, it's easy for us to say these things from the adult side of life. Do the other side, son. Stop doing the back. Do what I did on the front. Do where I did it on the front. So it's easy for us to examine this thing from the adult point of view. We already done lived a couple decades. So we can say what benefits come from some of the stuff that our parents told us. But as a child, we had none of that knowledge, none of that foresight. I mean, I think I used that right. You said he couldn't be an archaeologist, right? He bamming them thing up. It take patience. We would have had to do this over a course of time. We want him right now, so. Son, you could have did it on the front of the thing. I promise you could have. And watch your hand. Let me help you. Is this the last one? Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna help him with this real quick. All right, so that's the last one. We ain't gonna do no more. It's almost time for us to close out. Oh, we at 2 hours right now. That's cool. So like I was saying, I'm gonna finish off what I was saying. So being in those adult situations give us the preparation for being an adult, like going and getting a job or having to pay for a cap and gown, or, you know, just understanding your parents in general gives you the blueprint for what you want or what you can be and aspire to. What we talked about is the different parts of your blueprint that make up you. One of those things. The second thing is critical thinking, your discernment. And then number 3 is what you want to be. Ultimately, your blueprint, that is the plan, the part of your blueprint that you want to pay attention to is what you want to be. The blueprint is nothing without knowing what you want to actually make. So what type of person or what person do you want to be? What do you want to be? Do you want to be a bad person, a good person, a rich person, a sad person? Put it in, find a blueprint for it, and go to work on it. I think I said that pretty well. This has been another episode of Expansion Pack. If you want to know anything about what we talked about here today as far as planning and execution, the blueprint of you can go back and you can watch this video again from start to finish. If you want to see some of the gems that my boy, or the experiment, well, not experiment, we ain't do no experiment, but we was going to do the volcano, but volcano didn't work out. We ain't had no vinegar. But like I said, if you want to see this episode again or hear what we talked about, feel free to rewind it back to the beginning. Once the VOD comes up, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Facebook, you can go to Twitch or Twitter to see the recap of this show. I appreciate Ali Limitless for the 5 sub. Let me get the hand clap again. With the 5 gifted subs, I really appreciate that. Krish, I appreciate you for stopping through. Zanita67, thank you for all of the positive input, all of the input that you gave to help me keep on rolling these thoughts out. Odessia DW, thank you for always coming through and supporting us here at DGTA TV. Who else we had come through here? Let me see now. Hey, appreciate that, Krish. Eli showing y'all his gems. Come over here to the other side. Get your hand up under there just right. There you go. Look at the gems that he got today. Now that is beautiful. Let me see. I got you. Hey, y'all see that? I think that's pretty cool.
Roasted, of course.
Yeah, he's an archaeologist digging out them gems. So like I said, this has been another great episode of Expansion Pack. I'm your host, Dan F. Mann. What we talked about today is planning and execution on these Mondays. That's what we talk about here, planning and execution. So we'll be talking about planning and execution next week. This week was the blueprint of you. How were you raised? What is your critical thinking skill like? And what do you want to be? These are the three aspects that you can use to get your blueprint in front of you, right in your hands, and then you can begin to alter, change, and upgrade what you are. I hope that we touched enough bases with that. Tomorrow on Expansion Pack, we will be talking about what is music. What is music again? That's our topic, our music-related topic. I will have more details for you on that tomorrow, but get your mind ready for talking about what is music. And we're going to be talking about through the times as well, music through the times as well. So get your old playlists out and get them old CDs out the shelf, you know. This has been another episode of Expansion Pack. Once again, I'm your host, Dan F. Mann, and we gonna holla at y'all tomorrow. Peace. We gonna raid out, no live more places more. Okay. We gonna raid out to one of these channels I got for y'all. If you don't want to stay for the raid, it's okay, but we always try to support other streamers out there, broadcasters out there. So I'm gonna send y'all over to one of my followers that I do follow. Let's see who we got up on the screen real quick. No, it don't look like we got nobody good. Chris, you ain't screaming? Send him over to Chris. Nah, we ain't got nobody good to send him out to, son. Let's look for a new channel. Agent ain't on right now, though. Ooh, let's look at this hand cam video. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy this video this next streaming we about to put on, and I will see y'all tomorrow here on Expansion Pack. Peace. Love y'all. Hey, if you like what you seeing here at DGTA TV, make sure you hit that follow button, or you can subscribe to us monthly. We got plenty of new content on the way, so make sure you staying up to date. Smash that notification button right now and make sure you in here every single time we go live. Also, if you want to be a part of our team here at DGTA TV, make sure you hit us up at one of them social media links you see on the screen. We going up from here. This is DGTA TV. Cheer.